Physical media man, physical media man, physical media man. What'd you buy? Was it something good?
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have another monthly movie reviews video for you this Monday. This is going to go over the March movie reviews. Before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man Store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man Store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, the Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, and my Letterboxd account. So with March Madness and being a big basketball fan, didn't get as many titles in March as I did in February. It looks like we got 13 in February. Watched 9 movies in March. And I got a few here we watched physical copies of and stuff. And then some others on streaming or whatnot. So first up is Can't Buy Me Love. This one we watched on the Plex. I think Tony, Blu-Ray collector, I think it used to be toy collector or something, but Tony, if you're in the movie community, you definitely know who Tony is. I think he said this was like one of his favorites. Stars Patrick Dempsey, a young Patrick Dempsey, and he is kind of a nerd and has nerd friends, and he's really interested in this very popular girl, and he does something to help her out, and in return for that, she acts like she's interested in him, and then eventually acts like she's dating him to try to make him popular. So this is I think late 80s, early 90s probably movie. I had a lot of fun with it. Definitely enjoyed it. I would pick it up. I think part of what Tony was saying was I don't think it has a Blu-ray. It just has the DVD. I can't remember if he was talking about it because it was one of the titles that he wished had a Blu-ray, or if it was because it was a 90s title that he was talking about because of that. But anyways, I'm giving it a 3-star. Next up was one of my childhood favorites. It's been a long time since I watched it. We watched Sinbad with First Kid. Part of the fun thing of rewatching this was I didn't realize how many other characters I now recognize from other movies or shows. Sinbad's boss, this guy right here, was the boss on Sports Night, the TV show that I really enjoyed. The main kid that plays the president's son is the young Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks movie. Of course, you got Zach, whatever his name is, Zach Ty Bryan from Home Improvement. One of the other Secret Service members is like the main guy and main baseball player in Little Big League. And I think there was another one or two faces I recognize, but so this movie is about the first kid. So the young Gordon Bombay plays the president's son, and his life's not normal at all, obviously, because he's the president's son, and he just wants to be a normal kid. And Sinbad kind of, so he's a Secret Service member, and he tries to help him be more normal and get along with the other kids in his school and stuff. And still had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to give it a 3-star. It still held up for me, and I still had a good time with it. So yeah, that's First Kid. Next up, we watched a physical copy of The Judge. I've been wanting to watch this one for a while. Always heard good things and never got around to it. Robert Downey Jr., Robert Duvall. It's set in a fictional Indiana town, which is a bummer. Since I live in Indiana, it would have been neat if it was a real place I could go check out some of these filming locations. Even though I thought this was okay, I think I had too high expectations, and it kind of fell flat a little bit for me. So The Judge, Robert Duvall plays a judge. His son is Robert Downey Jr. He also has Vincent D'Onofrio as a son, and then another son on top of that. Don't know. There's 3 sons. I think Jeremy Strong might be the other one. This also stars Vera Farmiga. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Who's in Up in the Air and quite a few other things. She's good in this as well. I mean, the performances are pretty good. I just thought it was going to be a little bit better. So Robert Downey Jr. Is his son, and he ends up being a lawyer too. And he moves away, goes to the big city, I think Chicago or LA. I think Chicago. And he's just not a very good person, and not much like his dad, but is at the same time. And so they don't get along, and his dad is suspected of murder. So the son comes back, and there ends up being more stuff that's going on. I think a big part that I thought it could have been better is it just kind of drug on, and it's 141 minutes, but worth a watch. This was one in this month that I wouldn't mind getting rid of if I absolutely had to. Worth seeing. Don't think I'll really revisit, but I'm giving it 2.5. Next up, I was excited to get this. I got a good deal on this. I'm still happy to have it in the collection. I'd heard a lot of people not talk highly of it, and we got DC's Black Adam, starring, The Rock. I thought I was going to like this more just because I'm a huge fan of Dwayne Johnson as well as Pierce Brosnan. But the character's so much like a Superman where he's almost unbeatable that it's not interesting, and I just didn't enjoy it. So giving it a 2-star. Definitely keep it in the collection because I like to get all the superhero movies, so keeping this one. They need to stop making them though, or at least as often as they have been. Next up, we watched Nickleby. Originally picked this up during the Twilight Time going out of business sale, and then I ended up grabbing it again at Dollar Tree because I think this goes for about $30 sealed. So we opened the DVD and watched the DVD. It looked pretty good really on DVD. This is for sale. If you're interested, let me know. I'd be willing to part with it between $1 and $2 plus shipping. And I'm going to end up keeping this Twilight Time Blu-ray because I like this quite a bit. I am a fan of Charlie Hunnam, so that may be part of the reason, but this is based on a Charles Dickens novel. It follows Charlie Hunnam's character, Nicholas Nickleby, and his family. They just lost their father, and they don't really have any money, and he's just kind of graduated, or he's done with school. And they have a really rich uncle who is kind of evil, but they don't know that at the very beginning. It's very early on that they know. But Christopher Plummer plays him, and based on the book, like I said, definitely worth watching. I had a good time with it. I'm giving it 3 stars. Next up, another one that we watched on Plex was Barb Star Go to Vista Del Mar, starring Tina Fey. No, not Tina Fey. Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph, and they're friends in the movie, and they're in a small town or something, and they never do anything adventurous or anything, so they get kicked out of this this group that gets together. Group that gets together like weekly or monthly or whatever, where they kind of gossip and stuff, but it's really supposed to be some sort of club or something. They get kicked out of it, so they decide to go to this Vista Del Mar, as a little vacation and be adventurous, and they just lost their jobs because their store was closing and everything. So so they go down there and meet this man, and they fight a little bit, and some things happen, and it was very funny, very enjoyable. Giving it a 3 stars. I'll probably try to get it in between the $5 to $10 range. So recommend that one. Next up, we watched, this is the last physical copy that I have. We watched Double Jeopardy, part of the Paramount Presents line. This is the 4K. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. I had watched it. It had been a long time. Stars Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones. So Ashley Judd gets convicted of murder, of killing her husband. She gets out on parole and she thinks he's alive, tries to track him down, and with Double Jeopardy she would be able to kill him because she wouldn't be able, or they wouldn't be able to convict her again since she's already been convicted of that crime. And Tommy Lee Jones plays the parole officer, and so somewhat of a thriller. I think it was Lee Greenwood. Bruce Greenwood. Lee Greenwood, I think that's the Proud to Be American guy. Bruce Greenwood, who's usually a bad guy, plays the husband. But this held up really well. Had a lot of fun with it. Definitely happy to have it in the collection now on 4K. So I have the DVD of that too somewhere. So same thing, I'd be willing to part with that for $1 to $2 plus shipping. If you're interested, let me know. But giving that one a 3.5, the highest score of anything that we watched in the month of March. Definitely recommend that one if you haven't seen it. The last two we watched were pretty well duds. First up was The Good House, giving it 2 stars. Not what I thought it was going to be like at all. I thought it was more of a rom-com, and it was definitely serious. Stars Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver, and they knew each other when they were younger and stuff. And Sigourney Weaver's a realtor, and she's divorced from her husband, who ends up being gay. That's also known, I think, probably in the trailer, definitely early on in the movie. And she also has an alcohol problem. And it was just not an enjoyable watch, not fun. Maybe I would say it was a good movie if that was what I was expecting going in, but did not care for it, giving it 2 stars. And lastly, the definite dud of the month was Downhill, starring Will Ferrell and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who I'm a fan of both of them. And they are married with 2 kids, and they decide to go on a ski trip. And it's just a awful vacation for both of them. And it just wasn't funny, and it wasn't a fun watch. It was kind of slow, even though it was short, and I'm giving it 1 star. So that's everything we watched for the month of March. These are the physical copies, so I'll be getting rid of a couple DVDs. Definitely keeping Nicholas Nickleby, Double Jeopardy, Black Adam, and First Kid, my VHS copy. There is a DVD of that, but it's pretty hard to find. And then The Judge, I think I'll probably keep for now, but at some point I might get rid of. If you're interested, let me know. I'd probably part ways with it for the right price, and I wouldn't be asking a ton on it. So that's everything for March. I should have April coming up soon, as well as May pickups, which I got a lot of stuff, and some of the stuff that I had ordered in April came late or whatever. So there's some extra stuff in the in the May pickups. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed those videos. And this is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical Media will never die.
Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!